I see tall people stooping down. I see short people raising themselves up. I see people hiding behind baggy clothes. Whether you are 15 or 55, a lack of body confidence can affect us all. It holds us back, stops us being who we're meant to be. As my years as a nutritional therapist and eating psychology coach, I have discovered the 5 bodies that transform body shame into body confidence. Let's call it finding your middle C. C for confidence. Now, of these 5 bodies, 3 are internal. So the first one is how we see our body. Can you hear me okay? Yes, yeah. How you see your body. The second is how you feel about your body, how you speak to your body. And the external is the family and the culture. So I'm asking you, how many of you are happy and confident in your bodies? How do you feel about your shape, your size? Are there things you'd like to change? According to a recent UK survey of 2,000 teenage girls, 87% of girls are unhappy in their bodies. That's nearly 9 out of 10. And boys, all you boys over there, don't think you're off the hook. 1/3 of you have felt under pressure to be more muscly. So let's start by looking at this first body, how we see our bodies. Body image can be defined as the way we imagine our body to be. It's very subjective. And what's worse is that we imagine everybody, the whole world, sees our body in exactly the way we imagine it to be. And the truth is, reality and imagination can be worlds apart. Who are you seeing when you look in the mirror? Is it really you? So looking at this survey with these girls, 70% believe they need to lose weight, yet only 20% are overweight. 20% overweight, yet 70% believe they need to lose weight. It's as if we're wearing some kind of glasses that are distorting our vision of who we actually are. It's like when you look in the mirror, you are being transported to a hall of crazy mirrors at the fun fair. And that little tiny spot you might have on your chin becomes like a flashing beacon. Maybe your nose grows a few inches. Maybe your hips double in size. Whatever it is, have a look. I invite you today to look at yourselves in the mirror through clear crystal glass. It's no fun staying in the fun fair. We want to look at ourselves with kindness. Let the judgment and criticism melt away and look at yourself with kindness. This is the first step towards finding your middle C. The second body now, the emotional body. How do you feel about your body? I'd like to give you an analogy. Maybe some of you have got little brothers or sisters or cousins, or maybe you've got children or grandchildren. Let's face it, they can all be a little bit irritating sometimes. They don't do what we want them to do, but it doesn't stop us loving them. I would like you to see your body as that lovable, forgivable, cheeky child. Okay? This is how to be kind to yourself. I love my perfectly imperfect body. I love my perfectly imperfect body. So now let's look at the third body, the mental body. I'd like you to go back to the mirror, and I want you to hear those criticisms and judgments that you have playing on repeat, that busy, busy inner critic. It's time to challenge those criticisms. It's time to really understand that you don't truly believe them. In your heart of hearts, you know that you are feeding yourself a lot of lies there. I would like you to listen to the language you're using of how to speak to yourself. Are there lots of must, shoulds, have tos? I must have a six-pack by summer. I need to lose 10 kilos. I must fit into that dress. I invite you to change the language of how you speak to yourself. Try saying, what if? What if I had a six-pack by summer? It's still inviting the possibility without the pressure. And this pressure builds all these needs, musts, have tos. They build up inside us. And just like a pressure cooker, we need a release valve. And so often that release valve is found with food. Just one biscuit turns into an entire packet, devoured. Oh, where did that go? So it's really important to start understanding where the pressure is coming from. And so often it is a deep-rooted sense of perfectionism. And perfectionism stops us accepting our bodies as we are. Perfectionism means you're striving for something you aren't yet. But it means we're discontented with the now, with the present. Now, I'm a perfectionist, but I channel it into my work. I channel it into areas that I feel will help others. I do not allow it into my relationship with food or my body confidence. I love my perfectly imperfect body. Let's look at the fourth body, family. Do you remember those 87% of girls who were unhappy with their bodies? Well, 90% of them believed their mothers were also unhappy with their own bodies. So, just to clarify, the mothers were unhappy with the mothers' bodies. Oh, it seems like a lack of body confidence is contagious. Whether you are sitting here as a child, a parent, or a grandparent, take a moment to think about your family, the patterns that are going on, how your relationship with your body confidence and your food has been affected and influenced by your family. The great news is that you have the power to break this cycle, to create a difference for your children and your grandchildren. So I invite you to create new rituals around family meals and eating. Stop labeling food as good and bad. No, healthy and not so healthy. We're moving away from weight and stepping into health. Health is the higher goal. Think twice before making any weight-related comment about yourself or about anyone else. Still on family, so many women, they come to me and they say, Claudia, I don't like my hips. I say, well, tell me about your mom, your aunties, your grandmothers. Think of this beautiful family lineage that you come from. And know that if you are hating on your hips, your children and your grandchildren will be hating on their hips too. This is who you are. This is where you come from. We need to love it. Lastly, the fifth body is the cultural body. So 40% of boys and girls have said their appearance has been influenced by social media. Now, social media comes across as so meaningful and credible, doesn't it? Because it's endorsed by your friends and people you subscribe to. But here's the thing. When you have found your middle C, when you have found your inner confidence from within, from seeing yourself as you are, from loving yourself, and from changing the language of how you speak to yourself, you don't need Facebook post likes to validate you. Psychologists say we become like the big five, the 5 people we hang around with the most. Who are your big 5? How are your friends and loved ones and family, the big 5 in your life, how are they supporting or sabotaging your body confidence? Oprah has a lovely quote. She says, "Step away from the mean girls. Say bye-bye to feeling bad about your looks. Say goodbye to your inner critic. And take this pledge to be kinder to yourself." So today, I stand here inviting you to reimagine how you see your body. Take off those glasses that are deceiving your eyes. Remember that lovable, forgivable child and how you too can love your body. Quieten your inner critic, change the language of how you speak to yourself, and let go of perfectionism. Observe what's going on in your family. Know that you can be the change. Be aware of social media and your big five and the impact it is having on you. Make sure it is supporting you. Stand tall, stand confident, and feel how different life is on your middle C. Thank you.